And welcome back. Northstar here with another episode of my Vampyr Let's Play. Now I'm going to keep this one kind of shorter. I'm exhausted. The other one went too long. Trying to get a lot of content for you folks. That hopefully this channel will actually go somewhere, and I will have some means to survive in the future without eternally being reliant on family in a bad situation. It really is not a great one I'm in. And worse, there's the risk that even the limited amount of help I'm able to get from the government with my long COVID, in terms of like food stamps basically and stuff, that those programs may disappear with what's happening to the country. So I, trying to get this channel to the point where I can earn enough money to maybe supplement things, be able to chip in if I, whether I have to stay with different family or, we'll see. It's a bad situation, but with long COVID, I'm not able to really work without a ton of accommodations that no employer wants to give, because it's a pain to have someone who needs to rest super often, well, let's not talk about that right now. Anyhow, picked up a ton of ingredients, but it's not enough to make any medicines. None of it was really junk. I might actually be able to upgrade some stuff. Need a common handle part. I think I can buy that off of go downstairs. So there's that, but I also been using this in my offhand. So let's upgrade the steak. This thing uses a ton of stamina, so I'm going to decrease its, let's see, 75 damage, 3 stun points. Either make it. Yeah, no, I'll just go for increased stun. Going really hard on that. I'm gonna have to improve my endurance and health. I had not taken the day over since last time, but I was trying to level up enough that I could take on harder enemies. 600 points all of a sudden for that. Well, I have upgraded things a little. A bit more healing. Cartridge bag. Ooh, doubles the damage of biting. I use it a ton, so there we go. I'm going to cancel and I'll confirm all that. Why did this area get less healthy? Everyone in this area is healthy, I thought. Or did it increase? 79, I think that's where that was before. Docks are still stable, though they're becoming less so. I do have to work my way down there, but it's time to go think that actually did refill my ammunition. Huh. Must be that there's nothing in storage or something. Stuff respawned. Oh yeah, there was that letter. Let's check on that. It wasn't collectible. It was quest item. Long letter. Long letter sent to Miss Pippa Hawkins. Birmingham, 27th October. How are things in the big city? Here in Brum, things are not so good. It seems the flu is here again, and we have many new cases of infection in the neighborhood. Do you remember Miss Scheller, the old drinking hag from the 3rd floor? She passed away 2 days ago, and her flat is already occupied again. Geez, you would have to pay me a huge amount of money to go sleep in the bed in which a woman who died of the flu just a few hours ago. The grammar's a little off there. Sorry, I did not take time to quickly answer your last letter. Between taking care of little Paul, Mom, Dad, and my job at the factory, I rarely find time to write to my favorite sister. By the way, my son says hello to his Auntie Pippa. You should see the little bugger already driving me mad. And Mom says you bring back some of those marvelous cakes next time you come back home. Yeah, the person occupying that flat is as good as dead, probably. In your last letter, you told me you thought about quitting your job at the Pembroke Hospital. I have to tell you, Pip, you better think twice. There are always jobs at the factory, but wages are shit, and it's as boring as a day without a shag. Oh, I have a new fiancé. I'm no slut, you moral bitch, you. So if you really want to quit and do something more useful than counting the dead every morning, maybe you better stay in London and join that band you told me about. The Guard or Priven, something like that? Never heard of them. But if they're like you said, some of the civil militia trying to make a difference, maybe it's a good choice for you. Just be sure to let the others go in front. That's how poor Billy got killed in France, by leading too many patrols. Bloody war. Anyway, come back as soon as you can and let me give all the good news before that. I'm your affectionate sister, Lucy, Paul, Mom, and Dad. Oof. I would bet that she's not in good condition anymore, and this is like something that was being kept as a reminder. Though, you know, maybe I'll get a chance to ask her about it. I don't know. Might be worthwhile. So, I was going to head down to the morgue, and I was going to do that boss battle that I kind of circumvented. Why is the right clicking not working? There we go. I did a little bit of upgrading my character. Let's see. I do have some treatments for fatigue and cold, so I will want to get down to the docks as well. And I'm just absolutely accumulating all this junk, so I may want to consider selling it. I have not yet experimented with using firearms at all, and that might be worth it. Oh, it did. It gave me a hint with Pip Hopkins as soon as I closed it. She's thinking about quitting. Yeah, let's try and talk her out of that if I can find her. Nurse Hawkins. Milton Hooks. This is their significant other, so maybe I can talk to him about it too. Nope. Probably sell him some weapon stuff though. Keep picking up these aluminum shards and springs. Could use a handle part. Screws. Those seem to be common. Find them all the time. Yeah. Gotta find Nurse Hawkins. And who's through there? There's definitely someone. Oh, Nurse Hawkins. Here we go. Nothing more I can do about that yet. Tried. There's Mr. Elwood. And there's an unknown patient through there. I haven't talked to him in a while. Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later. Good evening, Mr. Goodbye.
Nothing I can do for him. But there's some sodium hypochlorite there. Alright, now which way to the main morgue area quest? Technically bypassed it. I think if I go this way and bear right. So there is this area. definitely not anything I can handle there. Maybe better than eating people. Alright. And this is the morgue. Let's look around a little first. Skals in the garden must have been a one-time spawn. Let's hope I can take these enemies, whatever's in here. I think I got XP just for entering here. Huh. Ingredients. Oh, well, level 10. So there's a skull, some weak skulls in the basement of here. This must be the door that was unlocked from the other side. Locked from the other side, now it's unlocked. Cool. Now I can go in and out of the morgue. Or maybe I always could. I don't think so. Morgues. What's that even useful for other than selling? Guess if I want fights, this is the place to come. There's tons of skulls wandering around here. Ow. Boom. These weren't so tough. Cigarette case, huh? Alcohol. Codeine. Bullets. else?
It's locked.
Alright. Queen. Awesome. Still another 4 to clear. This one was invisible. More quinine. And more blood samples. Top dog on the top 4. Come at me, bro. Oh, another one. Where'd you come from? Ow. It's much easier when you're not fighting way above your level and, you know, how accustomed you are to dealing with combat mechanics. More of them. That's a way to aggro one. Oh, get off! Stakes work well on them, which makes sense. These are technically vampires that barely seem to qualify. Honestly, so unrefined, so crude. There, more of the quinine I need. heal patients.
It's locked, all right.
Blood absorb. You just acquire a new type of offhand weapon. Press and equip it. Equip and press right click to directly absorb blood. Hmm? Instead of stunning him to bite to absorb blood. And using a zillion stamina. Use a knife. Just absorb directly. In which case I can use a machete. Knife machete instead of maybe not a good idea when facing vampires, though. Stakes work well on these. But definitely good for more human opponents. Blinker skull? Something tells me that thing's jeez. That thing is by far the toughest. Okay, the stake works well. Glad I stuck with that. Probably does some kind of bonus damage. Feel like if any of you ever watched the TV show Angel, there are a few occasions, he goes around fighting with a wooden stake himself. He's a vampire, but a good vampire. That's what this reminds me of. I suppose I could have jumped up here in the middle of a fight, but it would have taken me further in, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to win that fight. Oop. There we go. Cabinets. And this is a crafting station. Hmm. Need more coating to make treatment for bronchitis. Oh, that might be useful someday. That's what their godamine is used for, apparently. White blood serums. Still here, Skals. Where are they? Come for you, creatures. Above me? No. Maybe this is one in a room you can't reach to make you creep down here. Oh, I got a ton of ingredients, so that's cool. So I've been going 30 minutes. Yeah, I think I'd like to head, try out the Lista knife, head down to the docks area. There's more to be done. Ah! Hate that. It's so easy for character to turn around. I think that's dead end anyhow. Everyone's healthy here. I was gonna make it down the docks. Not just to keep people healthy, but also to learn more. Excuse me. I get used to it. It's faster. More mobile fighting style. Probably upgrade that knife. Give it more blood absorption. It'll become a lot better. Ah. Maybe not as effective as I thought. At least not this level. Stick with stun stuff for now and then, so I can bite them. Suspect if I upgrade that knife, it'll be a lot better. If I give it a module to absorb more blood. Although this guy, shoot, you can't stun him for crud. Never mind. Oh, you again. Jeez, no matter how much you run away, he is always able to impale you. That, unless you can glitch him out, like here. He was a pain. It's the machete. No. Dumb. Not facing that thing. So I've been through the parts of the docks before, just not this way. Hmm. That's it. Does not like switching targets in the middle of fight. I'm having real trouble with that. There must be a way to switch target. Let's see. Oh yeah, the mouse wheel. I keep forgetting that. Make this a lot easier. By all means, come at me one by one. Hunting vampires seems to be a better way to get ingredients than dealing with the Pruin for sure.
This is my grail. I need someone who can read this.
Okay, there's no way I can take them all on. Someone is trapped by those Skals, but they're much too high level and too numerous. Ah, Mr. Fishburne.
Good evening, Inspector. Do you require medical assistance? Has something unexpected happened? Doctors, uniforms, patients. Yay. Our new strategy. Several thousand workers. I don't know which doctor is responsible for this, but his purpose is clear. And isn't your purpose equally clear? Hold tight. I can help you. Trust me. Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Hmm.
Hello, boy. Um, good evening. Did I scare you? Did you fear for me?
No, it's just that people prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name's Rufus. Rufus Kingsbury.
What can you tell me about yourself?
It's all about staying out of trouble. Since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
How do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus. Around here, I don't get the bad looks.
Have you ever thought about running?
Yes, I've done that. There's some lonely streets with some people around here. This is my street, and they're all friends.
What do you do around here?
I listen to the music the doctors make. I smile at those kind of pedestrian people.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble finding what I do and how to do it.
That stinks. And sounds familiar for me now, dealing with issues kind of similar with long COVID.
What do people say about you?
Things have been tense between the wet boys and the communists. They both feel this.
I'd much rather it was the communists than a bunch of thugs with absolutely no ideology other than self-interest.
Are you married? Where is your family?
But
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home. You're sleeping rough.
No, I mean, yes, I live on the street. I have no home.
probably doesn't want more sympathy from people. Why means this is a critical decision. Yeah, I'll just be kind and hope this works out.
What is it about me that is so mean against you? Is it true?
I'm no worse. I'm not hurt. This is Fishburne. He's been very kind to me.
Why do you think he's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. Maybe he's a good soul. I used to think my brother lost, even from little ladies.
That was the right choice.
So long, Rufus.
Maybe that's the other guy doesn't like him.
Hello, Mr. Fishburne. Yeah, you okay?
Rivals Skals for his mother's attention, maybe? I don't know. Oh, he's suffering from anemia. Do I have a cure for that? Yes, I do.
Evening, Rufus. Hey. Do you need help? I feel like a real person. A real doctor treats everyone the same. I don't know what to say. Thank you. So thank you.
Indeed. Too many people, honestly, who manage to lie their way into medicine. They do it for the money. It's very frustrating.
So long, Rufus. Be careful.
Um, for those of you new to this channel, I think I explained in the first video, I was trying to become a physician. It was very close. Amazing. MCAT scores, perfect grades in a special master's program. Getting interviews for med schools. Very, very, very close. And then then COVID came along. And I got long COVID. And that kind of messed things up. Went from being about to become a physician probably to about to enter an MD program, I should say. That's not the same as being a physician unless you graduate, which is always a possibility of that not working out. Barely able to remember what I was doing a few hours ago.
Good evening, sir. Whatever. Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you have definitely drunk too much Jack this night. I'm Dr. Jonathan Leland.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to. This time.
What do you do for a living?
I drink. Drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Where does he get the money to drink?
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slow. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine come at my own pace.
You sound very sad.
That's because I am, Doctor.
Don't you work or drink?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I'll drink at night.
Okay.
Is there anything in particular?
How dare you say so? I love this young lady. So friendly. So joyful.
No reason at all to regret it. Life is how it is, and when you die, let me tell you a story. All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed the rest of humanity had shown the things around them for good, a tragedy occurred in my life.
What kind of tragedy?
Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts. Fire. Broken windows were short shot. Torn street lighting.
Oh, jeez, he's traumatized.
Didn't you?
Those were the worst days.
I don't even remember where they happened.
I've got so much to forget. Now I can't remember where it was. I can't play my hardest.
I'm sorry, Mr.
It's okay.
You feel the final place, don't you?
The flowers in the garden. Even if it's only a little bit. Shy.
I mean, only if you think the goals, it's a linear path, then life is full of setbacks and things going haywire. You find new dreams if you have to.
It's on me, no. So I was navigating like a continuous competitive robbery in nature. I wanted a new world order.
He's referring to materialism versus idealism. He's a little drunk, so he doesn't make sense, but idealist versus materialist. Marxism, basically. He's a Marxist, anarchist, and anarcho-communist, in other words.
The world is okay. No,
Or was.
we all can choose to live the past way. But most of us are too corrupt and too greedy. Some take the fish hook, others live the hunt.
Sometimes we just get unlucky, too, you know?
I want to know more about my past as an anarchist, but I'm still an anarchist. Make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades. Do you believe in a bloodless revolution? I do not believe in much anymore. But I'll admit I like the idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot. Do you still see your comrade? You look pretty fed back. No. I hope they'll come to share my pain with me one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
I'm guessing the bomb was set off by some more violent anarchists. And the problem with violence is it just doesn't get you anywhere most of the time. It just hurts people and makes enemies.
Goodbye.
Oh yeah, no, I forgot to treat his fatigue.
What? When you do exercise, do you mean medical? Yes. Sicker than usual these days. Me too, yes. And perhaps you could try to slow down the alcohol. Getting dark, you know. Stop the aim, let me be like a fool. Goodbye.
Get 25 XP every time you treat someone. It's enough to get another upgrade, possibly. Let's see. Endangered citizen, but I don't think I can win this. His skulls are numerous and ferocious. Guess I might as well give it a try. Probably need to use the gun. Or find a way to pick them off one by one. Rogue Skull, Dazzle Skull. There's gotta be a way. Can I have two things in offhand? Wait a second, I don't have any bullets. A couple shotgun. Yep, that's not gonna work. I see. You can have two and then change in a hurry. Oof. Oh, that one quick. Yeah. Guess I shouldn't have wandered in this district. There's no way I can beat this. He's not without leveling up. I'm pretty sure that'll get him dead. Oh, that topped off all the bullets and ammunition. Still, I don't even think it would work even with... Alright, shorter range, but... You know... gonna be enough. I'm gonna have to level up and just hope that system doesn't die. Hmm. Yeah, none of this is really gonna be enough, but I guess blood capacity. If I go into any big fights. I never met the guy. He's dead. The hospital's in rough shape. Wish I could have saved him, but there was just no way. I mean, heck, I could have embraced a system to try and level faster. It wouldn't matter. Nothing was gonna let me take on enemies like that. I'm not even sure how I could do it at a higher level. This thing's rough.
Good evening, Miss Skals.
Hello again.
Can I offer you my medical help?
That'll help with upgrading weapons. How many cures I have left? 3. That'd be fine.
Do you need medical help? Yeah, I do. You can throw in some drugs. Find use for that too. So you can sell them on the black market. Sorry, I'll only provide you with exactly what you need. Fair enough, Dr. Reed. Don't cost me nothing to ask. Goodbye.
If I ever do another run, definitely a mistake to wander into this area before I was ready. Citizens can be endangered. Apparently it doesn't happen if I'm not in the area, is my best guess. You again. I've had enough. Right, knowing about that guy getting eaten by the Skals, I had no chance to save. It's become a lot more dangerous around here now. Jeez. Way too many of them. 5 was that? That's in Pembroke. That's like, or on the way there. This area used to be safe, now not so much. Just leave me alone. Don't wanna have to fight them. But
I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood.
should get safer as I get close to the hospital. Alright.
Good evening, Doctor. Do you need any medical? I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs. The hospital workers worry about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections. There's no shame in being ill while you're in the hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. In fact,
Goodbye, Morgues.
I only have treatment for a couple more colds and a fatigue. There's a whole lot of people suffering fatigue. Ah, quinine. Needed that.
Good evening, Doctor. I'd
knowing what ergotamine is mostly used for. Power-ups for me. I can do with quite so much. Some of that opium. I seem to acquire a massive amount.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical assistance?
I will be fine as soon as I can get some sleep.
Nurse, you won't be able to if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reed. Thank you.
Goodbye, nurse.
Alright. Who's got a cold I haven't treated? Literally no one here. One guy in Whitechapel, if I can reach him. Alright, now let's see if I can help some people.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Do you need medical attention? Proximity of the dead is not the most healthy kind of medical, even if quiet can be nourishing. Don't take too many risks with your health at this stage. None of us are immune to this disease, and that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. Please show me into the corpse. It's just trinkets and curios.
Let's see. I have tons of potassium permanganate sodium hypochlorite, so Codeine is actually used a little bit for some of the meds, though. He had some spare opium, though. Ooh, a crumpled letter. Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Don't worry about nothing now except getting better, for I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors, and they told me that Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. He may ask for extra money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is then guaranteed. I'm sorry I refused to pay first. I realize now that the important thing is that you get better soon. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard, despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks. I promise you that everything is okay now. I'll see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. With fondest love, Nikolai. He's charging as well? Jesus, everyone here charge for beds? They must not be paid enough to survive otherwise.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity with your profession.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Tell me more. Enthusiasm for medical research.
Strickland, he is unwell.
Are you thinking about something else?
Harvey's condition is a delicate subject. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young friend obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to leave the surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Finning should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
If you are going to leave this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume the consequences of your actions, whatever the result.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
And are you not afraid that your rival, Strickland, blunt?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish. My personal feelings affect me greatly.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
He may be healthy, but there's something to talk.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help? He's my great admirer. Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
It's silly that you're basically just pushing them with uppers and that makes them get better. But whatever. Or downers. Depends on which disease. It's because, of course, medical technology didn't enable easy cures for a lot of this stuff back then. So it's more than a little artistic license. Well, I can always sell what I can't use directly for materials to, well, for money to buy other materials to make more treatments. So.
Good evening, Miss Soldier, do you need my assistance? Not really. I think he called some things for the hospital. Swear I'm dead. Yet smiling inside Dr. Reed. As long as he remains, I will make sure. Don't think we can do much about that. Damage is done. Goodbye for now.
All out of treatments for fatigue, unfortunately. And looks like I've treated everyone in the hospital who needed it, thankfully. The only remaining case of anything is in Whitechapel. And I have the medicine for that if I can reach him. Where's Dr. Swan? Oh, wait, Swansea is the administrator, isn't he? Okay, I know where to find him. Not there.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body. Biology is the penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace the clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries, but you must be vigilant. It's at least as vicious as chatting about vampires for a few hours. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be. I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swanson, but my condition is undead, immortality defined. I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven. It may seem strange, but your words give me some comfort here. Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edward.
Regardless of whether it brings comfort or not, he could do a lot of good if he keeps pushing his research for potentially centuries.
There is no need to apologize, Ed. You offered me sanction when I had none. Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skill. Please, go on. The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if we could help her out... A spokesman or politician, sort of. That's not
technically mesmerize and eat him. Seems a bad idea. He's the power of the hospital.
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
Since I'm the one working here, what should I know about Pembroke Hospital?
Well, for many years we have been the only medical facility in this part of town to offer employment. We support as well as provide health care.
When did you start?
To be honest, we code from the very beginning. The first wave of the spread swept the part of the summer and took us by surprise. We left many of the most innocent behind.
Explain that to me.
What we did was, you were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat still a uniform. We fight for England the poor, the sick of the East End, the forgotten.
You mentioned something about a secret society. Your brother, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Morgues for several years. We arrange to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
That explains why everyone wonders about the dogs and the dancing fools.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of the world. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain events in motion.
Yet you don't fear it. Instead, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
Since you seem quite an expert on vampires, what can you tell me about the condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths and the hackneyed scrawlings in the peninsula. Look straight for the
The morning following my transformation, its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire, free, and blood is the sole sustenance to sustain your immortal frame, and only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
Yet you can eat rats, potentially. As I've often done.
The man who worked at the canning factory, William Bishop, was he a vampire?
He was a Skal. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others
How do Skals come into existence?
the name means slave. They may indicate they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skal?
A Skal is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires, now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
We'll see each other again soon, Henry.
Warning letter. Pembroke Hospital, 25th October. Dear Dr. Swansea, I must inform you of my deepest reservations concerning the doctor through Strickland and Harvey Fiddick case. Mr. Fiddick has been hospitalized after a severe work injury. He may permanently lose the use of his arm if not treated adequately. Dr. Strickland claims the surgical procedure may save the man's arm completely. I say it may also sever its functions for good if complications arise. A young colleague, an audacious and daring surgeon who might prove a great professional in a few years, but for now he lacks the skills to perform such a risky procedure. Need I remind you of the mistakes that he made in the past? Since Dr. Strickland refuses to listen to me, I strongly advise you to forbid him to perform such a hazardous experiment. Very respectfully, Dr. Waverly Akron. I mean, he's got a point. Inexperienced surgeons should watch and learn, not. And here's a letter from Pakesh Chandana. Pembroke Hospital, 4th August. Dear Dr. Swansea, I'll be glad to manage the temporary morgue as soon as it's opened. As I have already told you, I was a doctor during the war, and I'll be glad to serve my country again. I know it is not the same as being a physician for the dead as it is for the living, but I believe it is important to welcome and take good care of the departed too. Rest assured I will do my best to fully perform this new duty to the best of my ability. Concerning the question of my qualifications, I'm sorry I can't give you anything more valuable than my parole. I swear to you that my regiment made me a doctor during the war, and that I saved many lives. If my word is not enough, you can contact the military administration to verify my experience and skills. They will confirm that even if I never followed any medical studies, the war taught me what a doctor really needs to know. Always sincerely, Rakesh Chandana, former doctor. So he's not properly medically educated. That explains why he's given the role he is. Rare species of vampires. As a scholar and exegenate of ancestral writings, I would never insist enough about the importance of taking legends and ancient folklore into account when searching for hints about hidden or lost secrets. A common mistake is to take what we know for an established truth and use it to discard any contradictory material. For example, we must consider the possibility of undiscovered species of vampires, and the necessity to rethink what we see as the established truth about the various types of morals based on what we know and what we gathered through time. For how many centuries do we consider that vampire was the vernacular term for what we learned to call econ? Until the day 4 explorers of the Brotherhood found proof in Siberia that Volkods were a lupine type of vampire, we considered these creatures to be linked to the mythological werewolf. Now we know it is not true. What about the rest? What about the Rakshia from my homeland? What about the Chinese Jingxi or the Puchin of southern Chile? And without even leaving the beautiful Great Britain, what about the stories about bat-shaped women sometimes seen flying around St. James Church in Louth? What about the creature only identified as a disaster in some obscure testimonies which tried to destroy London in 1666 by spreading plague all around the city? What about the Nimrod, the mythological figure of the restless vampire hunter? The mythical figure of the restless vampire hunter, sometimes described by ancient British econs as a legendary huntsman who feeds on his prey's blood and could go unnoticed among the mortals and immortals. I tell you, my brothers, we never can be too sure of what we could find, if only we could forget for a few minutes what we're supposed to already know. From Unveiling the Night by Usher Taltree, Primate of St. Paul. I mean, yeah. If you put your assumptions aside, you can find a lot of things you didn't expect. That's definitely true. Of the world. Well. Close on this lady, but I can't really speak to her today. I'm exhausted. It's been enough. I also don't want my character to go to sleep, though, because I still like to try and make it to that guy in White Castle. I think I can make it around the patrols. So, kind of video here. Till next time, this is Northstar, wishing you all the best. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. And gentle to yourselves, whatever. And may you always find a guiding star to lead you home.